Okay, my name is Dermot O'Carroll, known as Doc to my friends, and I'm personally located in Boquete, Panama. I'm really supposed to be retired, though I don't know the meaning of the word. My business was always known as O'Carroll International, and I operated several hotels, not simultaneously, but at different times, in fact, 5 of them in all. I'm a high school dropout. Yep, Irish, left home when I was 18 and adventured to Canada. The bank were unfortunate enough to hire me, and that was my first job. And I was always inspired, and I loved the country house type hotel, because as a young man, we would visit locally the various institutions, those gorgeous old country house hotels. And I guess that's when I first fell in love with the idea. It was firmly implanted in my mind because I never lost my attraction. So it was always a dream. And dreams do, if you concentrate on them, become reality, because you're the only one that's standing in your own way. And so how did I get involved in that to start off with? Well, I made a few investments, and eventually went back to school, and I had to do that at night because it wasn't possible to take the time off from the bank or I'd lose my job. And so I was taking accounting, but ended up missing out on that program and took hotel management instead, because it also included accounting, and graduated in that in a 3-year course. And following that, very quickly thereafter, I bought my first hotel. I was 32. And that was known as Terracotta Inn. It was a beautiful old inn on the banks of the Credit River. It's somewhat close to Toronto. And it was just a gorgeous old world, over 100 years old. And afternoon teas were a big thing there. Following that, I bought a resort hotel, small resort hotel. It was 125 guests, indoor pool on the shores of Lake Rosso, which is in Muskoka, Ontario, which is the play garden for the rich and famous of Toronto. And so I operated that. We had a children's program, and it was very successful, and extended the season to include winter cross-country skiing and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I was bringing up 3 children, my wife and I. My most recent hotel was the oldest of the great fishing houses, and that was in Ireland, and Glencar House Hotel, 1670. So it had 18 guest bedrooms. It had 34, but we reduced them down to 18 to give them all en suite, and it's a 5 fishing hotel. And that's in County Kerry, in the extreme southwest corner of Ireland. I also acted as a broker. I went back and took my broker's course in real estate, and I sold hotels, resorts, and country inns all over Canada, the United States. Probably about 100 anyway, so close to that, I'm sure. And so I've had a lot of dealings with people who are interested in getting into the business for the first time, and basically that's who I dealt with. Small operations, some large, but mostly young people and middle-aged people who are planning to find a career for themselves, a new career. I think that the thing that really makes it possible for any one of us to succeed in any industry or endeavor, and that's a commitment, an absolute focused commitment on what it is you want to do. And you don't ever lose sight of that. You dream about it at night, last thing before you go to sleep, first thing in the morning, you go over your program. You create it, it becomes a reality.